For centuries, the corset has lived as the center of fashion's most intense debates. Celebrated as an object of elegance, condemned as a symbol of restriction, and continuously reborn as an emblem of power and self-expression. This is not just the story of a garment, it is the story of how society has shaped bodies and how bodies have fought back. The earliest form of corsetry appeared in the 16th century during the reign of Catherine de' Medici. In France, these early stays were rigid, structured garments designed to mold the torso into a conical shape, crafted from linen, whalebone, and wool. They were less about comfort and more about control. A straight posture, a narrow waist, and a lifted bust were visual markers of discipline, nobility, and moral standing. To be tightly laced was to be refined. By the Victorian era, the corset has become nearly universal for women across social classes. Fashion idealized the hourglass figure, and the corset promised exactly that. Yet behind the beauty lay contradictions. Medical journals warned of compressed organs and fainting spells, while social critics argued that corset symbolized the limitation placed on women's lives. Still, many women embrace them, not merely to satisfy beauty standards, but to feel supported, confident, and socially acceptable in a world that charged them relentlessly. The corset was never a silent object. It sparked movement in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Dress reformers and early feminists rejected corsetry, advocating for free silhouettes and healthier clothing. As women entered the workforce and demanded autonomy, fashion followed. The corset loosened, shortened, and eventually faded, giving way to bras, girdles, and modern undergarments. Its disappearance mirrored a cultural shift. Bodies no longer needed to be sculpted to be valid, but history really ends, especially in fashion. By the late 20th century, the corset returned, not as an undergarment, but as a statement. Designers like Vivienne Westwood and Jean-Paul Gaultier reimagined the corset as an outerwear, stripping it of secrecy and shame. No longer hidden beneath dresses, it was worn boldly on top, paired with trousers, denim, and leather. This corset was not about obedience, it was about choice. In contemporary culture, the corset occupies a powerful dual identity. For some, it remains a reminder of oppression and unrealistic standards. For others, it is a tool of empowerment, a way to reclaim the body, redefine beauty, and challenge norms, worn by performers, artists, and everyday people alike. The modern corset is fluid in meaning. It can be soft or structured, decorative or functional, gendered or genderless. And today, corsets exist beyond the waistline. They live in conversations about autonomy, fashion sustainability, body positivity and self-definition. They ask an enduring question: who gets to decide how a body should look? The corset's legacy is complex, layered, and unfinished. Once a symbol of restriction, now a canvas for expression. It reminds us that clothing is never just clothing. It carries memory, power, resistance, and reinvention, stitched together, tightly laced, and endlessly reinterpreted through time. This is Beyond Price, with your favorite host and anchor, Elizabeth Animation, alias Aniel Da Vinci.